Okay, so this is the rebuild of our VR painting of Pharah from Overwatch for the Overwatch contest. Given our limited time frame when we learned about the contest, we had to move, or I had to move extremely fast. So you can see here, we're doing a gesture drawing of the piece, and then we kind of fill it in with general kind of volume and shape, so we know where the figure is going to land. And we start adding some color and building on top of that. We really like Pharah because of her costume, and we thought that might be pretty cool to try to build within a VR space and do that kind of painting. You can see right around in here where we start filling in the armor. We definitely did most of the armor before we got to hands and feet and all that kind of stuff. But we wanted it to be her alt move, where the missiles could be coming directly towards camera with a little bit of camera movement in there. So we focused primarily on the perspective of Lo looking up as if in the game she was, you know, justice raining from above. Right, Joe? And we start adding little sketches in here and there to help define the shapes. Again, we had to move really fast because we learned about this competition on Friday and we only had the VR painting a couple hours. Or we learned about it Thursday morning and we only have VR painting on Thursday and Friday. So you can kind of see the missiles heading right towards camera, which are fun to do in Tilt Brush because we can add the lighting effects and all that good stuff. As far as creating something like this in Tilt Brush, it's a long ways away from actually doing 3D modeling. It's good for sketching, but because you have no control over the shape of the marks that you make, and they just kind of land and you kind of have to stick with them, it would be really, really difficult to do actual character modeling in this program. But it's a great way to get sketches down, to get pieces down, to feel it out. There's a lot of opportunities in Tilt Brush to do some really amazing stuff. So here's where we kind of came back in with a new brush and started smoothing the armor out to get rid of some of the roughness. So you'll see we start working on the arms to give it a smoother look, more like her actual armor, smoothing that stuff out. We added some lighting effects, give it a little depth in the piece, and we start working on the wings, filling out the wings. If we had more time, we'd probably add some more lighting effects to the wings. Maybe add a couple more missiles. Somebody in the chat room suggested doing Roadhog's hook, about to grab onto her, coming up from the bottom, like it was going to pull her out of the sky. We definitely listened to the Overwatch music the entire time that we were repainting this. As you can get a good look now, finishing kind of touches. Well, as close to finishing touches as we can get under the time limit that we had here at the studio. We thought it'd be fun to enter the Overwatch contest with something a little bit different and not your standard sketch. We thought, hey, somebody might not be doing something in VR, so let's give it a shot. So, hope you guys like that. That's a highlight of our Overwatch VR painting for the Overwatch contest of Pharah. Hope you guys dug that. Thanks.